The Marshall Bobcat Network is on the air. We're glad you can join us up in Searcy County tonight as the Bobcats are taking on an old foe, the Mountain View Yellow Jackets. Had a little bit of internet trouble, but we are on the air now. And Mountain View leads by a score of 8-3. There's 4.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. My colleague Blaze Thomas is with us here. And you're looking from the end zone down through the court here in Mountain View. They put us in the end zone here. I'm a part of the Clinton Yellow Jacket Network, and we've set up here many times in this end zone. And the long shot is good by Mountain View. That was J.C. Cooper with the three-point basket for Mountain View. It extends their lead now to 11-3.
I think we're good now.
Good to have the voice of the Bobcats on, Blaze Thomas.
Voice is getting better. Still not, where it needs to be, but.
Hey, that voice makes you sound older, Blaze.
I don't like that.
4 minutes left in the first quarter, and it's 11-3 Mountain View. These teams have been busy this week. Mountain View played Jasper last night, and the Marshall Lady Bobcats were in Clinton last night playing for a championship. They fell just short, finishing second to Dardanelle in the first Service Bank Classic in Clinton. Three-point shot no good, rebounded by the Lady Bobcats, and they are on the move into the front court. Michaela Blair with the basketball. Passes, shot good, and she's fouled. And that'll send Anna Ragland to the free throw line. Good pass from Blair to Ragland. And the Mountain View defender ran right through Ragland. She made the basket. And she'll shoot a free throw, and it is good. And that cuts the Mountain View lead now to 11-6. Mountain View into the front court. Drive to the basket. That's McCarn. Her shot is good. That is Caitlin McCarn. We'll talk about her as the game goes on. Transfer in from Melbourne. Pass inside. Good pass. Foul. And the Bobcats will head back to the line, Blaze. And a Spurlock to the line. Anna's got two. She hits the first one.
She's really good right underneath the goal. That's where she really excels. And
second shot no good, but a long three is good by Blair.
Wow.
And now 6 straight points by the Bobcats. Got to lead to 13-10. And here comes the band. This may get loud. Shot's no good. It'll be a jump ball. It'll belong to Marshall. They scored 6 in a row. I told Blaze before, I've been here with the Clinton Network before, and the band sets up beside you, and it could get deafening. So back at home, if you may hear the band instead of us before it's over.
We're going to keep our headphones on. I'll tell you, the loudest band that I have heard yet was Valley Springs. And, they had a great band, but it was so loud. It was right beside us.
Yeah, the gym at Valley's pretty small, too. I can imagine a band in there playing. Marshall misses a shot. Mountain View gets the ball into the front court. Mountain View leads by 3. We got 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. McCarn drives to the basket, scores, and is fouled. And McCarn will head to the line. Caitlin McCarn, she was a part of those really good teams at Melbourne. Her dad started the football program at Melbourne. Got out of coaching, and now he's the athletic director here at Mountain View. Brought his daughter over, his daughter that graduated last year from Melbourne. She's now playing basketball at the University of Tennessee at Martin. 16-10. Mountain View in the lead. Drops it inside to Blair. Now another long three. It's an air ball, but backside rebound by Marshall. And it'll be a foul. Now, I checked that. They're going to call a travel on the offside rebound. Ball goes back over to Mountain View. One-two-two defense by Marshall. They pick them up pretty high. McCarn has it. Looking inside. Nothing there. Now hand it off. Drive to the basket, and they're going to call her for a travel before she gets there. And Marshall will take the ball back, trailing 16-10, 1:47 left here in the first quarter. You can probably see the scoreboard in some of these shots that Blaze is getting.
You can now.
Marshall in the front court. Man-to-man defense by Mountain View. Pass to the wing, looking inside, nothing there. Dribble across the top of the key, pitch it, long three, no good. Rebound McCarn. Yellow Jackets want to run. McCarn in the front court, all the way to the basketball, knocked away. Good defense by Marshall. And out of bounds, it'll stay with the Bobcats. And a nice job that time by Audrey Blair as she poked the ball away from McCarn at the last second. Blair will walk it into the front court. To the wing in front of the Mountain View bench. Now drops it inside to the post. And back out to the perimeter. Back inside of the post. Give and go. Now turn and shoots. No good. Second shot is good by Anna Spurlock. And she gets the Bobcats back within 4. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Mountain View working against that Marshall zone defense. Tries to drive, cut off at the baseline, double team. Now she's on the floor. Battle for the basketball, and the Bobcats force a jump ball, and this one will stay with Mountain View.
Bobcats doing a good job defensively.
Inbound Mountain View, 30 seconds left. 12 seconds on the shot clock. McCarn, long three, no good. Rebound by Marshall. Time for the last shot here. 15 seconds left. Bobcats trail by 4. Drive to the basket, shot off the glass, no good. McCarn's got the rebound. 8 seconds. McCarn quickly into the front court. Now 5 seconds. McCarn dribble into the lane. Pulls up, dishes it off, shot at the buzzer, rattles around, and falls in. And that will end the end of the first quarter here. Marshall trailing 18-12 at the end of the first quarter. And you can probably hear the band starting to pick up. 2 hours left.
I remember those days. I used to be in band, and then I went from band to broadcasting. It's quite interesting on the switch.
Hey, it's all in the same family.
It's true.
Microphones are involved in both.
That's true.
But Marshall's been busy this week. They've played every day this week. I think the boys have played 5 straight days. They'll be coming up next. Mountain View played last night, so all these teams are a little bit leg worry tonight. And might mention that Marshall comes in with a record, I think 5 wins, 3 losses. They lost to Dardanelle last night in the finals of the First Service Bank tournament in Clinton. Blaze could tell me more about this, but last year I saw their record was 8-15, and so they are within 3 wins already of matching last year's record, and we're still in November. So,
yeah, they've really improved.
Lady Bobcats have got it going in the right direction, looks like. So, both these teams have one common opponent. They both lost to Bergman. But that's no slouch, because Bergman has now won 51 games in a row, dating back to the beginning of last year. They are the defending 3A state champions. Marshall has the ball to open the quarter. They drive to the basket. They draw a foul. And Michaela Blair will go to the line.
When we played them, it was a good game, but I'm telling you, Bergman's they're solid.
Yeah, we saw them last year at Clinton. We met them in the state semifinals, and it was a 4-point game going into the fourth quarter, and they ended up winning by 16 before it was over. But, we saw them firsthand. I think they won the championship game by almost 30 points. So we thought we did a pretty good job against them last year.
Wow.
And their star player, I noticed, signed with Harding University in the early period a couple of days ago.
I think what was it, number?
I'm trying to remember her name now. She was, when they had to have a basket, she got it.
It was number 12, I think. But I can't think of her name. But yeah, excellent. Excellent. I mean, like, I don't think they missed. If they missed a three, they missed like one or two the whole game. I mean, it was unbelievable how many they made.
Marshall gets one free throw. They cut the lead to 18-13. We're just underway in the second quarter. Mountain View has the lead. The bad break for the Yellow Jackets last year where we had to play Bergman in the state tournament at Marshall. Or at Harrison, sorry. It was like 8 miles away. It was like a home game for Bergman.
You're talking about at North Ark.
At North Ark, yep. North Ark Community College. Shot clock 5-4. Mountain View with the ball. May not get a shot off. 2-1. It's blocked. And Mountain View is going to be a shot clock violation. And once again, Blaze, good defense by Marshall. Chance to cut the Mountain View lead to 3, possibly 2 here. Front court, looking inside. Mountain View still in that man-to-man defense. Dribble, nothing there. Still working the low post. She's going to spin. Left hand shot, no good. Rebound, second shot, good for Marshall. And Audrey Blair with the basket, and Mountain View wants a timeout as the Bobcats cut the lead now to 18-15, 6:41 left here in the first half. Mountain View has been, they won a couple of state titles in recent years, and they've had 3 real stars in probably the last 8 years. The Shipman girl, who's now playing at Arkansas Tech, Aubrey Isbell, succeeded her. She played at Harding University. And last year, Josie Story, another great player. All 3 of those girls played as 9th graders. Josie Story now playing at the University of Tennessee at Martin, Division I basketball. So,
wow.
But they've had Mountain View's had a long tradition of success. Of course, the Marshall Bobcats have a couple of state titles in girls basketball also.
I think 2008, somewhere in there.
Mountain View with the basketball after the timeout. Good Marshall defense again. Shot clock down to 15 seconds. McCarn trying to get a shot off. Kent pass to the wing. Now back out front. 8 seconds on the shot clock. They take another long 3. No good. Good defense by Marshall. Rebound. Long pass down the floor. Layup. Good.
Yes.
Bobcats cut it to 1. Ragland with the basket off a great assist pass, and it's 18-17. McCarn, another 3 for Mountain View. This one's short. And a battle for the rebound taken away by Mountain View, and now the Bobcats are going to get whistled for a foul. Marshall had the initial rebound, and Mountain View reached in, took it away.
Sorry, I was pushing out our live stream link to Facebook. That way people can see it, because we're not multi-streaming tonight, sadly, but due to internet connections.
And McCarn hits a 3.
You know all about that, don't you? The internet.
Yeah, I told Blaze, we've been here many times, and this is, I'm going to count the second worst gym. The worst is Mayflower. You don't get any signal there, but definitely Mountain View is on the list. I think it's the metal roof and what have you, but and I know the Clinton Network, we have trouble here every time. Shot inside, no good. Jump ball, and it's going to belong to Mountain View. 21-17, Mountain View leads. 5:10 left here in the first half. You never know when you go to the gyms what you're going to get, especially if it's a wireless signal.
It can either be good or it can be horrible.
My best friend is when I walk in and they have a Ethernet plug-in.
Yes.
Mountain View with the basketball trap in the corner, and now Marshall's going to get whistled for the foul. They had her pinned up in the corner, but a little too aggressive here. That'll be Anna Ragland's first foul, the team's 5th. McCarn has it, and she'll pull up for 3. That's long. Long rebound, out of bounds. Looked like it was going to go out of bounds off Marshall, and a Mountain View player went over, tried to save it, couldn't do it. And the Bobcats get it. Sarah Basinger checks in for the Bobcats.
One thing about Sarah Basinger, she is excellent at the three-pointers.
Inside of the post. And ball stolen away. And Mountain View's going to step out of bounds before they could save it.
Feels like a freeway through here.
Yeah.
People
I think
left
right
and
next to us is the equipment room, I think, from Mountain View, and then coming by and picking up some uniforms. In case you noticed if you're watching at home, we are in the end zone. Mountain View with a chance, or Marshall with a chance to cut the 4-point lead. Shot's no good. Rebound to Mountain View and quickly in the front court. And the Bobcats are going to be whistled for a hand check. I think that's team foul number 6. Spurlock will pick up her second foul. He sets the shot clock on a foul. And McCarn scores. I got McCarn with 9 points already. Now 23-17 lead for Mountain View. Mountain View still standing that man-to-man defense, and now they foul 25 feet from the basket. That drives coaches crazy when you foul outside of shooting range. And now both teams have 16 fouls, so we're going to be shooting free throws, Blaze, for the final 4 minutes. On the wing, tries to drive, cut off, and now McCarn will foul, trying to steal the basketball, and that'll send the Bobcats to the free throw line. And Audrey Blair will have a 1-and-1.
Oh, and Marshall goes to the free throw line. You obviously can't argue it. It's a good thing for us.
Blair's shot is no good. Rebound Mountain View. 23-17 Mountain View. Down the floor, long pass. Back to McCarn. She's open. Her three is no good. And battle for the rebound. Here comes the Bobcats. It's 1-on-3. She's going to go all the way to the basket and score. She splits the defenders and scores. That's Audrey Blair. A nice play there, and it's 23-19. Inside the lane, big height advantage there, but she misses the shot, and Marshall has it. Now Marshall will take a three. That one's going to be short, but there's the rebound. Shot up and good. Spurlock scores. And it's 23-21. Bobcats doing a good job on the boards too, Blaze.
Getting them rebounds. That's a key to winning a game. You have to get your rebounds.
And another missed shot by Mountain View and another rebound from Marshall. Only one shot at a time for Mountain View, and that's, as you said, that's a way to win the ball game. A chance to tie or take the lead for Marshall. Three-pointer, short. Rebound, Spurlock. Shot no good. It was blocked. And rebound, Mountain View. Another long pass from McCarn. And it's going to be a travel. I don't realize that she knew how open she was. She caught it, tried to get rid of it, and she was wide open. Jumped up with no place to go and called for the travel.
She should have just continued.
A second chance now for Marshall to tie or take the lead. Pass to the wing. Looking inside, she'll pull up for three. There it is. And the Bobcats take the lead, 24-23. 2 minutes left here in the first half. 7 straight points from Marshall after Mountain View took a 6-point lead. And McCarn drives to the basket, forces the action, and draws the foul. Caitlin McCarn to the line, and she misses her first one. Substitutes in for Mountain View and Marshall. Anna Ragland back in for the Bobcats. 2 players in for head coach Randall Story for Mountain View. McCarn's second free throw is good. By the way, Randall Story, the coach, is the father of Josie Story, who just graduated last season. Game tied at 24, minute 40 left in the first half. Drive inside, shot blocked. Spurlock had it. Back to Spurlock. Her shot's no good. Battle for the boards, and Mountain View pulls it out of there finally. And they'll walk it into the front court. And now McCarn will pick it up, try to drive to the basket. Nothing there. Working the perimeter. Marshall still on that zone defense. It's been good so far tonight. McCarn drives, gets by her defender. Shot no good. And Mountain View has a rebound. Baseline, drive, shot, foul. But they're going to call it on the floor. That'll make it a 1-and-1. I think Spurlock's going to get called for the foul. That may be 3, Blaze.
You're right. She's in some foul trouble.
Spurlock's did a good job on the offensive end down there. Either scoring on the initial shot or getting that follow-up rebound.
Yeah, Coach Ballard's going to take her out. I think that's a good decision.
Game tied. You can protect her by some minutes here with a game tied. Hadley Horton checks in for Marshall. And both free throws good. Mountain View retakes the lead, 26-24. A minute left here in the first half. Dribble across the perimeter, looking inside, nothing there. And Marshall's going to get charged or called for a traveling violation. And Mountain View will have it with 53 seconds left in the first half. Big defensive stand here from Marshall. Need to get a stop here. Maybe get one more shot on offense before the half. 40 seconds, 23 on the shot clock. McCarn way out front. 15 seconds on the shot clock. They'll take an early 3. It's up, no good. Ball tipped away and run down by Marshall. Now tipped away again, and a foul is going to be called on Mountain View. And we'll walk the length of the floor. And Hadley Horton will be shooting a 1-and-1 with a chance to tie this one up.
The band is getting ready to play. It's going to be loud.
They're giving us warning here.
Yeah.
Horton's first free throw is off the back iron, no good. Rebound Mountain View. Now they could go for the last shot here. The shot clock is off, and there's 20 seconds left in the half. McCarn out front. They lead by 2. 12 seconds, 10 seconds. McCarn still dribbling out front. Now hands it off. Good defense. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. McCarn has to take a long 3, and she buries it at the buzzer. And that was not an easy shot. That was good defense by Marshall, but McCarn, tip your hat to her. She knocks that one down, and that'll send the teams to the locker room here at the half. It's Mountain View 29, Marshall 24. You're watching the Bobcat Sports Network. And we're back on the air, the Marshall Bobcat Sports Network. Mike Hawley along with Blaze Thomas. We are glad to bring you some basketball on a cold night in the Ozarks. And what could be any better, sitting home watching a game on TV? And I think basketball was made for cold weather, Blaze. To start the second half, Marshall trails 29-24. They took a brief 24-23 lead in the second quarter. And they've done a good job tonight defensively and on the boards. And they'll have the ball to start the second half. Gets it inbounds, drops it inside. Nothing there. Kick out, wide open three, just a little bit long and out of bounds. And they're going to say off of Marshall, but if you're watching on TV, it sure looked like it was off on Mountain View.
Yeah, I don't think our Marshall fans like that very much.
Coach is trying to, it's a teachable moment for coach and the referee there. But the referee wasn't going to have anything of it. So Mountain View with the basketball and a 5-point lead. McCarn's been the leading scorer for Mountain View tonight. Shot from the corner, no good. They have a run out here for Marshall on the run. All by herself, layup is good. Anna Ragland scores. She got that long three-point rebound, and she was off to the races. Mountain View on the other end misses another three. Here comes Ragland again, all by herself. The run out is, it just rolls off the rim. That would have cut it to one.
So close. Okay, that's not going to work.
Down the floor and just inside the three-point line.
I think the guy heard me holding the sign. He put that sign up, but it's blocking my camera. I was like,
Emma Akins with the basket from Mountain View. And Ragland's shot no good, but there's another rebound by Marshall. And the rebounds, Blaze, I think are keeping them in the ball game.
I think so. One thing that we didn't do these last few games we played, we didn't much get a rebound. So I think Coach Ballard's really worked on that and really pushed that we get our rebounds because they can help you or they can kill you,
Yeah, they did a good job of limiting Mountain View to basically one shot every time down. No second shots. Blair misses the second one. That did everything but go in. It rolled in, rolled out. 31-27 Mountain View. We're early in the third quarter. Glad you could join us. Akins with the basketball. Ball inside from McCarn. Poked away, and a jump ball on the floor as Blair poked that one away again with quick hands, and Mountain View will have the basketball. Pass on the wing. That's Akins. Drops it inside. Rolls to the basket. Jump ball. Good defense again. I believe that was Audrey Blair who reached in, forced the jump ball, and this time it goes over to the Bobcats. Chance to cut into the lead. Marshall trails by 4.
Right there. Oh.
Three-point a little bit long and out of bounds. This will stay with Mountain View. I'll check that with Marshall.
Which is quite interesting because it looked like Marshall touched it last.
I was going to say that may have been even up for that last one, the makeup call.
I mean, I'm for Marshall, but I didn't agree with that one.
Mountain View kind of gone zone defense. They played man-to-man in the first half. Looks like kind of a 1-3-1 zone. Good job. Splits the zone. Layup is good. Anna Spurlock scores again for Marshall. Cuts the lead to 2. 31-29 on this end, but it comes back. Marshall steals the basketball and eventually.
That's not good.
Do we have sound or we're just completely off?
It's struggling right now. They gave us a hot spot because they couldn't get us on their Wi-Fi here. It's a long story, people at home. I don't want to get into it.
Apparently Wi-Fi is a top classified secret here in Mountain View. Only so many people know the password. Marshall three-point basket, no good. Jump ball, it'll belong to Mountain View. For Mountain View. Pass knocked out of bounds into the crowd on the far side. Older gym here in Mountain View. The bleachers come right down to the floor. Originally, this end zone was not here. And this is that lobby you see on the far end. They added the end zone a few years ago to add some seating. But really an older gym has just been remodeled. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Marshall with the basketball. 1-3-1 zone now by Mountain View. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 3-point shot, no good. Good block out by Mountain View, and they got the basketball in a 5-point lead. Quickly in the front court, Aikens with the basketball all the way to the far side. 3-point shot, no good. Second shot opportunity, now stolen away by Marshall. One of the few second shots from Mountain View, but they lost the basketball.
All right, we're back out now.
All the way to the basket. I think that's Spurlock. Shot no good. There's Spurlock. Her shot is no good. And it'll be a foul over the back committed by Marshall. Marshall got 2 shots at it that time. Couldn't get it to fall. And that'll be Audrey Blair's, or Michaela Blair's 4th personal foul. Still 3:04 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And she's going to have to come out of the ball game on the next dead ball. And shot no good. Rebound Spurlock. Blair has the basketball. Hands it off to Ragland. Now on the near side, down in front of us. Long 3 from the corner, no good. And rebound Mountain View. A lot of 3-point shots tonight for both teams, Blaze.
Yeah, some are falling, some are not.
Aikens' 3-point shot's no good. Out of bounds. Goes over to Marshall. Speaking of the officials tonight, these 3 guys are from White County. Blaze.
You know them all 3?
One's from Searcy, one's from Rosebud. And the third one, I'm not sure. I think all 3 are from the White County area.
Wow. So before, the internet started acting up, I was curious. So, y'all live stream through the radio and everything. What is the policy for you guys in terms of the refs? Like with us, we have to call it, and we call it as it, happens. And we have to just, go with it because the ref called it. But being that you guys are not technically connected with the school per se, are you held to that standard?
Well, we try to call it, pretty fair and give the officials the benefit of the doubt. But, we'll question some calls and
so you do question a few calls.
We question some calls. Yep. And of course, basketball is such an imprecise game to referee. It's almost like an art. Players are moving. Not all body contact's a foul. Only, basically when one player gains an advantage over another one, it should be a foul. That shot by Mountain View's no good. And Ragland's got it, trailing by 7. Drives to the basket. Now she's cut off by McCarn, and they'll have to set up the offense. 3-point shots off and out of bounds. It'll belong to Mountain View. But we still understand it's amateur officials and high school kids, so mistakes are bound to happen.
Yeah.
Seven-point lead, biggest lead in the game for Mountain View. Now they'll take a 3 from the corner, no good. Spurlock keeps it alive, and Ragland has it. Bobcats need a basket. They trail by 7. We got a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Working the perimeter against this zone defense. Randall Story changed defenses at halftime. And the 3-point shot is no good. They're forcing Mountain View or Marshall to shoot everything from the outside just about. There's a rebound, second shot up and good. And that's a big basket by Audrey Blair. Cuts it to 5 with 30 seconds left here, and the Bobcats need a stop, Blaze.
Yes, they do.
Marshall in the 1-3-1 defense. Actually got a little bit of box and 1 now. They're guarding McCarn man-to-man, and they're playing pretty much zone defense with the other 4 players. 10 seconds left. McCarn has
We're
it.
holding them so
Drives
far.
to the basket. Good job by Spurlock to hold her ground, but she's going to be whistled for the foul. I believe it's McCarn got the rebound with 4.8 seconds left.
You know what that is? That's her number 4 foul. Yeah, if you're a Marshall, that hurts.
Spurlock with her 4th.
Not good.
3-point shot is no good. Ragland's got it. Does she have time? 1 second shot, no good. But a good defensive stop by Marshall. They stay in the ball game at the end of 3 quarters of play. It's Mountain View 38 and the Marshall Lady Bobcats 33.
So if you're Marshall in this situation, you know, you've got Anna Spurlock with 4 fouls. Do you keep her in, or do you just kind of move her out, and then when the game gets closer to the end, like you're down to a few minutes, then do you put her back in? What would you do in that situation?
I think maybe if you could set her out here and maybe try to buy a minute or 2 here, and if you could stay 6 points or less,
yeah,
and then bring her back at the 4-minute mark would be probably the best case scenario. If you fall farther behind, you probably have to bring her back in sooner. And really need her on the offensive end too. But
I think she's honestly one of the. I think she has the most fouls. I don't think anybody else has that many fouls.
I'm trying to think. Blair does she have 4 also?
Blair might have 4.
Blair. Let's see. She's gonna.
Well, you talking about Audrey? Or you talking about Michaela?
No, we got 2.
Yeah, they're sisters. I'm telling you, them two, they are awesome on the court.
Spurlock does.
They're also excellent volleyball players.
Now, I saw the Marshall volleyball team this year. They beat Clinton. They had a good ball club. Went to the state tournament, I believe, in volleyball.
Made it to the second round.
Spurlock does not start the 4th quarter. So see, shot to the basket. Big basket that time by Audrey Blair. It was, if you're at home, remember it was 38-33 when Spurlock picked up her 4th foul. Blair steals it on the run. Chance to cut it to 1. Layup is good. 38-37. Marshall is relentless tonight, Blaze. They're not going away.
They are fighting. I'll tell you one thing about Zoe Watts, number 20. She was out last year, almost the whole season, a leg injury. And she can shoot 3-pointers, and so having her back is very, very good.
3-point shot, Mountain View, no good, but there's an offside rebound, but she throws it away.
Wow.
Ragland has it, and the Bobcats have a chance to take the lead.
If they take the lead, I guarantee you they'll call a timeout, Mountain View.
And?
What happened?
We have a stoppage in play. I think it may be the 35-second clock.
Yeah.
And they're going to reset it. This is a learning experience for the players. They got team camp this summer. A lot of them learned about the shot clock. For the shot clock keepers, this is a real new experience for them. And so I've seen a few of these already this year with the malfunction with the shot clock. 3-pointer, good!
That is Zoe for you.
Blaze called it. Zoe Watts, 3-pointer. And the Bobcats lead by 2. They haven't led since the 2nd quarter. McCarn almost walked, no call. 3-point shot answers by Mountain View. And they retake the lead, 41-40. But this is buying time for Spurlock. She's still on the bench with 4 fouls. We're down to 6:10 left in the 4th quarter. Pass inside, good pass under the basket, shot no good. But she's fouled, and Sarah Basinger will go to the free throw line. Only 2 team fouls from Mountain View, only 2 from Marshall here so far in the second half. Marshall trails 41-40. Shot rolls off, no good. Ellie Akins returns for Mountain View. Basinger with a chance to tie the game. She doesn't. Shot rebounded by Marshall. Put back good.
Wow.
Audrey Blair puts the Bobcats back in the lead. It's 42-41. McCarn to the basket. No good. Battle for the rebound. It's a jump ball. It's going to stay with Mountain View under their own basket. Big play for Marshall to retake the lead. Pass inside. Shot off the glass, no good. There's Watts with the rebound. And they're going to get it into the front court. Marshall with the lead and the ball. First time in a while for that, Blaze.
Right there.
Oh, Ragland just missed that one. That would have been huge. And then she almost takes it away, but Mountain View gets into the front court. Akins, that three's way short. Rebound, Blair. That's Audrey in the front court. 3-on-3. Ragland. Drive to the basket. Off the glass, no good. Blair's got it back. Watts will take another three. It's just long. And it'll go out of bounds. Stays with Mountain View. Oh, man. If
She'd have busted that, yeah.
Marshall could just get one of those to go down. They lead 42-41. Playing on the road at Mountain View. Not an easy place to play.
They are 3A, correct?
They are 3A.
Mountain View? Wow.
Yep.
So we're playing up.
McCarn on the wing. Boxing one. Ragland, McCarn battling each other man to man. Now McCarn tries to post her up, and Ragland's going to foul her. They try to enter it there. Marshall basically has four girls playing a zone defense, and Ragland is chasing McCarn around. Second foul on Ragland. Only the third team foul. Bobcats clinging to a 1-point lead. 4.5 minutes left in this one. Don't go anywhere. McCarn inside, off the glass, good. Puts Mountain View back in the lead, 43-42. Mountain View extends the zone out near midcourt. Blair with the basketball to Ragland, working the top. Ragland will take a three, just short. And rebound Aiken for Mountain View. Runs it into the front court, all the way to the basket, and Ragland's going to foul her, and the basket goes.
Wow.
Ragland got there a second late, and then the ball just rolled around the rim and went in. And that's a big basket for Mountain View. And Ragland picks up her third foul. Free throw, no good. 45-42 Mountain View. One possession game as we wind down here in the fourth quarter. Inside, Ragland. Watts from the corner, no good.
I thought that was going in.
It looked good from here.
Jump ball's going to get Marshall.
And Marshall stays with it, forces a jump ball. Basinger down there forces the jump ball. Marshall has it into their own basket. Tries to get it inside to Blair, and that was knocked away. And Mountain View with the basketball quickly in the front court.
Almost stole it.
Good job of Michaela there to stop the fast break and force Mountain View to have to run some offense. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Aiken inside. There's McCarn. Spins. Shot off the glass. Good by McCarn. By far the leading scorer for Mountain View. And now Mountain View has scored 8 straight points since the Bobcats led 42-40.
It's a high pass.
Marshall needs a basket. Spurlock set to check back in for Marshall. And the ball knocked away on the other end. Shot no good. But there's McCarn. Her putback is good. McCarn hustling all the way. Rebounds the missed shot. And now the biggest lead of the game for Mountain View at 50-42. Shot off the glass. No good. Rebound. Marshall. Shot up. No good. A lot of body contact. No call. And Mountain View has it. Quickly underneath, and now back out front. And they'll set up the offense. 50-42 Mountain View. 2:05 left in this one. Critical possession here from Marshall. Need to get a stop. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Drives, kicks in the corner, wide open, look for three. She knocks it down, and that's going to extend the lead to 11. That's the biggest lead of the game, 53-42. Got a score on this. It led 42-40. Mountain View scored 13 straight. They're on a 13-0 run. There's a minute 15 left. Mountain View's working the shot clock down. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
But Mountain View's defense really stepped up too, and I think that's what's kind of hurting us just a little bit.
Three-point shot was no good.
Wow.
Layup on the other end by Marshall, no good. Now the Bobcats will be whistled for a foul. There's 54 seconds left. 33 when she left the ball game at the end of the third quarter. Long three-point shot by Marshall. There's Spurlock trying to get the rebound, and she's going to pick up her fifth foul.
Yep, she's out.
Hushling there trying to get the rebound back. And Spurlock will.
Not even working.
Early in the fourth quarter by 2 points, but Mountain View went on a 13-0 run to retake the lead. And your final score tonight from Mountain View, it's Mountain View 54 and Marshall 42. You're listening to the Bobcat Basketball on the Bobcat Sports Network.
Guys, we're going to be back with a new live stream. We apologize. Go to the YouTube channel, Marshall Sports Network, for the Senior High Boys game. I'm going to switch hotspots up because this one's just not working. We'll be back with you here in a few minutes.